March 1st is a big and very important day that we need to watch very, very closely. I have all the details for you in this video. Let's get right into it. But if you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video, as this information continues to change very, very rapidly. I'm watching all of it and doing all the research so that you don't need to. I distill all the information down into these short videos, which I deliver a few times each and every day so that you can get the latest updates hot off the wire as they're being released. So again, thanks so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. I'm here to help you out in any way that I possibly can, so make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss any videos going forward during this very, very busy time. All right, thank you so much. Let's get right into it. So as I mentioned, March 1st is going to be a very big and important day that we certainly need to watch very closely, as well as listen to very closely, because there's going to be some things that are said that may open up the future as far as giving us a glimpse into what Congress is thinking, what the administration is thinking, and what they may have up their sleeve planned for the American people, if anything at all. We honestly don't know that, which is why I've got to watch March 1st very, very closely. So there's a few different things that are going on March 1st, and I want to lay them out for you in this video. So number one, let's talk about first what is going on, and then we'll jump into some of the other important aspects of March 1st. All right, so number one, the president will be addressing Congress with the State of the Union address. Now, this is going to be very important to listen to simply because we need to hear what the president is actually saying, and if he is indicating that yes, Americans are struggling, and yes, Americans do need additional relief. Now, we could also listen very closely because he may actually use this time and this platform as a way to actually introduce possibly new legislation, maybe a new bill, maybe a new package, maybe some kind of COVID relief. Honestly, we don't really know. But my point is, he may be able to use this time when he has the attention of Congress, he has the attention of millions upon millions of Americans to actually come out and introduce a new package. Now remember, he was out back in April of 2021 introducing the Build Back Better agenda. That was the $2 trillion package. Well, actually, it started out as $6 trillion. It went down to $3.5 trillion, and then it went down to $2 trillion. My point is, he may use this time to introduce something more, because also remember too, this is also somewhat of the kickoff of the election cycle for the midterm elections that are coming up now. So how many people are going to be watching this speech? A lot. The point is, this is his perfect opportunity to get the attention of people in Congress, the lawmakers, the senators, the representatives, as well as millions of Americans to jump on to any ideas that he may want to introduce. This would be the time to do it, and he knows that as well as the lawmakers do. This is the time to get on something and really start to grab the attention of the American people, especially as we get into the election cycle here going forward, right? So this is actually going to be very, very important. Now, with the State of the Union address, of course, he'll be mentioning all kinds of different things, but you never know what may actually be said, and you never know what Congress is currently working on right here, right now, behind the scenes. As a result of that, they may actually have something up their sleeve, and the president may come out and actually introduce, he may allude to, or he may actually give some kind of direction or glimpse into the future as far as what Congress may be working on behind closed doors in the form of another package, another version of the Build Back Better agenda, a skinny portion of the agenda. Honestly, there's so many different options right now. That's why you gotta watch it very, very closely. Now, also remember, March 1st is the date in which progressives wanted the stimulus package to be completely passed by. Why? So that the president could lean on it when it comes to the State of the Union address. So now that that has not been done, you may kind of wonder, okay, he doesn't have that to lean back on. It may build the case even further for him to come out and introduce something, some kind of relief for the American people, especially now that we've seen so many lawmakers coming out here over the last couple weeks, showing that, oh, hey, we get it. A lot of Americans are really struggling right now, and they're starting to recognize that Americans do need relief right now with everything going on. So, considering they did not get the stimulus package done by March 1st, which is when the progressives wanted it to be done by, This may be the opportunity for the president to come out and say, hey, we didn't get the package done, but instead of that, I've got this for you, blank, 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 whatever that is. Honestly, I wish I knew if there is going to be something, but I'm just saying, this is his time to shine, because if he doesn't shine now, let's be real. We've got the midterm elections coming up quickly. It's going to go fast. We all know that time goes very fast, and we do know that they need to start gathering those votes now. They need to pull people into the voting ring now, because it's going to take a long time, right? You can't just flip a switch one day and be like, hey, we got a whole bunch of votes, right? It takes time to get people. Now, again, I'm not here to take sides. I'm not simply saying anything bad or good about the president, the administration, anything like that. I'm simply saying this is what goes on, and they need to start rallying for these votes going forward now, right? So how can he do that? How can he get the attention of the American people? How can he get the attention of Democrats in Congress? Well, he's got to do something. They got to deliver somehow to the American people, especially as of recently. And again, I've mentioned this in previous videos. Over the last 2 or so weeks, we've seen a lot of different lawmakers coming out. Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer. We've seen Bernie Sanders. We've seen some of the big high rollers, some of the big influential names coming out and mentioning that they recognize that Americans are struggling right now. Seems kind of weird because we haven't heard them say that in a year? Let's be real. It's been a very long time since we've heard lawmakers say this. So the simple fact here, over the last couple of weeks, we've seen them coming out mentioning that Americans are struggling right now and need relief. I don't know. Seems a little bit weird to me that all of a sudden, right before the State of the Union address, all of a sudden they start to recognize, hey, Americans are struggling right now. Really? Because we could have told you that like a year ago. In fact, we've been trying to tell you guys that for like a year now. So it's kind of interesting how they're starting to finally recognize this. So anyway, at the end of the day, March 1st is going to be that big day, just a few days now, and the president will be out here with the State of the Union address. I'll be certainly watching that and listening in very, very closely. And of course, you don't need to watch it if you don't want to. You don't need to listen. If you want to, by all means, go for it. I'm just simply saying I will watch it very, very closely, probably a couple times even, listen to it, just to make sure that I'm gathering all the information accurately and I'm bringing it back to you and delivering it to you. But the deal is, I wouldn't be shocked one bit if the president comes out and talks about something we've never even heard of as far as potential relief measures, something. Because here's the thing, let's be honest also. If the president just comes out and says, well, this is what we've done, well, first off, what have they really done? I guess that's the first question. The American Rescue Plan, that was back in, March. It was the middle of March of 2021. But other than that, the infrastructure bill, but that doesn't help the people really all that much. So I guess my point is, if he tries to come out and try to lean on something that they've done, it's not going to get a whole lot of reception. So at the same time, I wouldn't be shocked one bit to see him come out and try to introduce something and be like, we're doing this now. This is the new hot thing. This is the great idea. And we're going to jump behind this new package, this new bill, whatever this legislation may be. So again, I don't really know. I'm just kind of speculating based on what I could possibly anticipate because they've got to start wrapping up those votes now for the midterms that are coming up later this year. Also, March 1st as it comes down, remember, those of you receiving SSI, you will be receiving your payment that day. So, all of you know that. But again, I've seen that date floating around out there a little bit. So just recognize that's what that means. But when it comes to stimulus checks, anything else like that, of course, we just got to be waiting and seeing. That's kind of all we can do at this point and see what they can bring through with the next stimulus package, the skinny portion of the stimulus package, or the Build Back Better agenda, whatever they happen to do. But it is kind of nice to see that Democrats have been coming out recently a little bit with a couple ideas to start getting money back into the pockets of the people, as we've seen here over the last few days. And maybe the president comes out with another great idea to get more money into the pockets of the people. Again, we'll have to see. That's why it's such a big and important day, is we have to watch that the speech very, very closely and see what he actually delivers, if anything, to the people, right? And again, not here taking sides. I'm simply saying we just got to watch and see what is actually said. It's going to be very important, and they know that, we know that, and we will all be watching very, very closely, or at least I will be, and then I'll bring you that information as we get it. So anyway, that's what's going down on March 1st. Again, probably some more things will be happening as well, but this is what we do know is coming, and we've got to watch it so closely. So hope this helps you. Again, I am here for you in any way that I possibly can be. Make sure to subscribe down below. below so you can stay tuned with all the latest details and updates as they're coming through each and every day, as well as go back and check out any of the other 2,200 or thereabout videos right here on the channel. And of course, feel free to share any of them with your friends, family, and social media. Enjoy your day. Thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I'll catch you again later in the next video. I'll see you for now.